Welcome to the Humor in the Household podcast. I'm Alex, and every week we dig into the funniest, weirdest, and most relatable stories from people's lives. From toddlers fleshing car keys to grandparents texting the dog, we read them all and try not to spit out our coffee. So grab a snack, take a seat, and prepare to laugh at other people's chaos. Humor in the Household is built on real-life stories from people just like you, stories that are funny, weird, awkward, embarrassing, or so outrageous they have to be true. Whether it's a family dinner gone wrong, a bizarre encounter at the grocery store, or a moment so cringy you swore you'd never speak of it again, we want to hear it. This podcast runs on your stories. Seriously. Without them, we're just talking to ourselves, and let's be honest, your stories are way better. Send us your tale, short or long, detailed or quick, we'll do the rest. You can stay anonymous if you'd like, or we can give you a shout out. Either way, your story can be featured on an upcoming podcast. Drop your story in our DMs, email it to humorinthehousehold@gmail.com, or you can comment on any content that we have on our social media. Let's keep the laughter and secondhand embarrassment going strong. Thanks for being the heartbeat and punchline of the show. Now, back to our podcast. Welcome back to Humor in the Household podcast. I'm Alex, and that's Gil, Bethany, and today we have Valerie. This feels weird because we have four people, and I don't know. It's going to be a little. I think it'll be good though.
It's like a family.
Yeah.
A little extra input.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You better. So we were just talking right before I started recording about spiders. And so I hate spiders. So I have a quick story. It'd take like 2 seconds. Bethany has one apparently. So I was taking a shower, and this was in my parents' basement, and I get out, or I get into the shower, and I'm taking a shower, and I look down, and it has like one of those little metal drains, the ones you can actually like take up and clean out or whatever.
Yeah.
So I look down, and I see two legs come out of the out of two of the holes, and it pops open, and it's like one of those massive wood spiders, and it crawled out as I was in there, and it must have been, I don't know, that big. And I hopped out of the shower, ran out in the other room, and it followed me into the other room, and I tried stomping on it, and then it like ran past me into the utility room, and I never saw it again.
That calls for burning down the house.
I was going to say, burn the house.
Awful.
You're out.
Yeah.
Take your insurance money. I don't need it. Burn the house.
It was horrible. Yeah, so I hate spiders. Oh, I had another one the other day. Our lawnmower had been sitting outside all winter long, and so the battery was dead, so I was taking the leads off, and I was going to boost it. So I put my hand underneath, and I went to go put one of the leads on, and a spider crawled, ran across my hand, jumped on top of the, like where the engine is, and then looked at me and put it 2 feet up, and it started doing this at me. And I just looked at it, I was like, and then it bolted back in. So it must have like a nest or something in there.
Well, we got the
Wow.
lawnmower
No.
serviced, and they cleaned it all out, so the nest should be gone.
I was going to say, if I was Alex,
just-
I would be like.
It just got serviced last week because I was tired of boosting it every time I needed to mow the lawn.
Oh,
No, that's, you just give your lawnmower to the spider. You're like, dude, it's yours. Like, we're good. I think there's a line right here. You now own that. I think we're fine. No,
Yeah.
I understand why you have a fear of spiders now.
I hate
I-
spiders. I hate them.
They seem to have an attraction to you, though.
They do.
So, anyways, spiders. We all have our fears. Yours are spiders.
Mm.
Yeah. Me, heights. So,
Nice.
I thought it was water.
no. Water is not a fear. It's reality.
Oh, reality
Yes.
for you. Okay.
Yeah. Because when I go in, coming out is a different story. I know there's a different kind of attraction with water.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're going to face our fears this summer because I'm going to take you to the lake and I'm going to teach you how to swim.
We can
great
take him
idea.
tubing.
Oh,
No,
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 he would die.
No,
And-
but just like a slow. We
Listen,
won't flip you.
He would
Look-
die.
I can go tubing. All I need is 3 life jackets, and I promise you, I will do whatever you desire of me. But as far as swimming, let me explain, okay? I feel like my bones are made of this adamantium or something, right? You
Mm.
know that guy?
Yes.
So I feel like that because every time I get in the water, no matter how shallow it is, I just end up going down. I told you to swim like a rock. I can't swim. I can coordinate many things, but when I get in the water, there's only one thought. This is it. You're going to die. You just accept your fate. Then my kids are like, Dad, you're in a tub. Get up. So that's one of the things that I'm like, this is not for me.
You can go on the sea-doos,
Yes.
tubing.
Life jackets.
Yeah, you have to wear a life jacket.
Yeah, you
It's
Lots
have
the
of
to
them.
law.
anyway.
Yes. Extras.
Yeah, I practically died last weekend on a tube.
He was
That's
sore for 3 days.
Yeah.
No, but that is with our friend Vanessa driving and trying to flip him.
Yeah, she was going 40 some miles an hour and she whipped it like this. And so it was a 3-person tube.
Uh-huh.
And so I have myself on the end, and then we have Jed, and then we have Dan. And we're all, so the tube slowly is heading down into the water.
Yep.
And my side just tucks into the water like that. So I go flying. Well, I went head, side, feet, head, side, feet. Boom.
Okay, let me just quickly jump in here for those who are watching and just say, these are the guys convincing me to go tubing with them.
You're going to love it.
It's so fun. It's like the funnest pain you'll ever be in.
You know,
You're
the
not
great
making a good case.
the great thing is, though, is that you have a life jacket on, so it's not like you're going to sink.
You've just
It's what happens after. Even with the life jacket, I might not die. I might wish for it because of the pain I'll be in. You know, it's just one of those.
No, you won't feel it that day. So you'll be really happy.
You'll be
that
fine.
day. Yeah.
Ibuprofen.
Yeah, you won't feel it
I don't know.
specifically then.
My fear is heights. Water is just something you accept. Yeah, heights I can control. I will not climb anything that can be climbed.
Mm.
That's my deal, and I'm very happy with it.
I'm heights as well.
Yeah. See?
Spiders and heights. That's pretty much it.
Yep.
Bethany,
mice,
Mice.
and
except for
frogs.
the other day.
Okay, so I was nervous with it. I opened the door to take our littler dog out, and immediately outside, a little mouse like runs. So I'm like, Alex, there's a mouse out here. And it was like barely moving. So we think it ate some of the bait. So it was going to die anyway. So he just grabbed a shovel, and
Took care of business.
Yeah.
because I didn't want it to chance climbing up the wall and then dying in the wall and then not finding it. So
So the mouse was already doing a death walk.
basically, like it was not barely moving.
And what was the sad part was I actually missed the first time.
Well, it was right up against the house.
And so I missed the first time and it just moved like
It just
an inch.
It barely
And then it just sat
moved.
there and looked at me. I was like, well, okay, I guess
It's
you want to
definitely
die.
very sick.
Do it again, and there you.
Definitely very, very sick.
Yeah. Valerie, what are your fears?
Mine's not heights, but it's the fear of falling.
Oh yeah.
Like that sensation. Like, you know how like you have a dream and you feel like you're
Yes.
falling?
Okay.
I don't like that.
What about like, would that be considered in addition to like if you're doing like a roller coaster
Yeah.
or something
Oh,
like
I
that?
don't like roller coasters.
Oh really?
Mm-mm.
Is that because of that?
Yeah, for sure. Like one time I went on a tethered balloon ride. Like you're attached to the ground and you're not going anywheres. But as you're like coming down, it feels like you're falling in slow motion. And I hated every second of it.
That sounds so fun.
It was awful.
It sounds
The going up was fun, but then the coming down, I was like, "Ooh."
So like, you know how we'll have very big frost heaves getting towards spring. You know how like if you hit one just right, your stomach flops?
I hate
Yeah.
that.
You hate it? I love it.
Oh, I hate it so much.
I have a quick question for Valerie on this one because my
Mm.
mind is still. You don't have a fear of heights. You have a fear of the fall.
Hmm.
So you have a fear of heights.
No.
No. Let me explain something here. We're not saying that Alex and I are afraid of the climb. Being up is not the problem. It's what your mind tells you will happen when you're up, which is the quick descent.
No, it's the feeling of it.
So
So like,
she doesn't like the feeling in her stomach.
like I've gone ziplining before and you're
Yeah.
up super high.
Yeah.
Not scared at all.
Oh, I would
It's
agree
like
that.
because that's like a really gradual,
Yeah.
And it
that
doesn't feel like you're falling. It's
No.
just sliding.
So the sudden drop of anything makes you feel
Mhm.
like, ah, gotcha.
Yeah.
I love that feeling.
All of that connected. No,
But you love roller coasters.
I do.
We're going to Hershey Park in a couple of weeks.
Mm.
And him and the girls are planning to ride every single roller coaster.
And you?
I will ride a lot of them. There are a few that we have watched videos on, and I'm like,
Did you see the news article about the one at Cedar Point?
what about it?
So the other day, so the one at Cedar Point, it goes up like this, and then it is a 90-degree drop.
No.
So when it does the 90-degree drop, though, it sits and you're sitting in it, and it does this really slow, and then it sits in this position for like 10 seconds
So
before
you're just dangling up?
you're all just sitting there like this. Well, the ride malfunctioned, and they were stuck in that particular spot for I don't know how long. I just saw it the other day.
So it's
Hmm.
not the roller coaster that bothers me. It's like when it clicks the incline. If it was just like smooth or whatever, that doesn't bother me. It's like,
Feels like it's failing. Is that what?
well, I don't like the anticipation of it.
I
That's
love it.
that's
I
what
love
I
all of it.
absolutely hate. Or like if they sit you at the top and then go,
Yeah.
like I don't like that. Just go. Just do it.
There's one called Fahrenheit,
I won't go on that one.
and you go, I think it's 70. No, it's like, I can't remember. It's like 70 or 100 miles an hour is what it goes.
Is this at Hershey?
Yeah.
Mhm.
And
Ooh.
so it says ready, set, go. And then it just instantly goes from like 0 to, well, I'll look it up.
Wow.
So like when we were at Disney, we went on
Huh.
Prawn. And that one is like you're laying kind of on your stomach and it straps you in
Yeah.
like that. And it's like you're flying and it goes from 0 to what was it, 60
Yeah.
in 2 seconds. And the
I would hate that.
I would
the
not
picture
I would
that
not
it
do
took
that.
of me looks like I'm terrified, but my contacts were drying out like immediately, so I had to like squeeze my eyes shut until it like got to like the more
Yeah.
not just like sudden quickness. That was so fun. It was a very, very quick ride for how long we waited.
I mean,
but
for that speed, yeah.
This one's 58 miles an hour, but it has a 97-degree drop.
Oh,
That's your
Mm.
first drop. And it lasts 1 minute and 25 seconds. I'm excited.
so
know-
97 degrees is not like this. It's like curved. Or is that
Yeah,
like,
so what
or
it
is it
does
just
is it goes up like
that?
this, and then it curves in.
Yeah,
and then-
no.
Why?
That's you and the girls.
Gross.
Why?
Hey, praise the Lord.
Not doing that one.
Amen. I'll always say amen to that. But anyway.
All right, let's get into the first story. I don't know if I want to read this one. Yeah, I'll read this one. So this was one of mine. My grandfather told me this one. So when my grandfather was stationed in Paris in World War II, he was stationed in a building that was a hotel prior to the war. He was working in an office doing postal duties and writing letters. When he wasn't working, he was writing letters to his parents back home to send him cartons of cigarettes.
Mhm.
His parents thought it was really strange, but they would periodically send him cartons of cigarettes thinking he had maybe picked up smoking. And it was really weird because he had never smoked a day in his life. Once he would receive the cigarettes, he wouldn't smoke them. He had heard that the French locals really enjoyed American cigarettes and decided that he might try and make some money selling them. So in his words, he decided to sell American cigarettes on the black market. One of the biggest issues was it was highly illegal to sell to locals. So, and cigarettes were one of the big ones. So the reason why he called it was the black market is he would go back behind the hotel in the back alley
Mhm.
and he would sell cigarettes during the off hours. He did this for a whole year because he was in Paris for a year.
Mhm.
So once he made it back home, he ended up taking his French franc earnings, which is about $15,000 worth of French francs, and he stuck it in the top drawer of his dresser. In the top drawer was underwear and socks and stuff, and he thought that might be a good place to hide it.
Mm.
So some time goes by, and he heads into town with his with his dad, and he comes back. And so he doesn't think anything of it and heads into his room to check out his stash.
Mm.
So when he opens up the drawer and finds that it's all gone.
Oh boy.
So he was astonished. The only person that was home was his mother. So he's like, "Did you take the money out of the top drawer?" And she's like, "Oh, you mean that play money?" Yeah, she goes, "I took that and gave it out to all the neighborhood kids."
Oh no.
So wait. His money wasn't changed yet. He still had it as francs.
Correct. And he goes, "Mom, that wasn't play money. That was French francs from Paris." She goes, "No, that was play money. I just gave it out to all the kids." So fast forward, his mother's on her deathbed, and he's like, "Mom, you remember that money that I brought back from Paris?" He's like, "You thought that was fake. That was actually real money." And she's like, "No, that was play money." So she never realized that it was real. She always thought it was fake.
No.
And so till the day she died, she never believed him.
Dude, I would round up those kids. No offense, right? I would round up every kid in the neighborhood. I'm like, we're going to have a rough game of Monopoly. You guys bring all your money.
It's
Or be like, you give it all back to me. I'll change it. I'll give you each $20.
Oh, okay.
Or
20 's
whatever
you're better.
to make it
so
worth it.
I did some digging. So $15,000 in French francs. It's like, I think it's like $1,200 or $1,300 or something like that US.
Now, did you go back to the time, like the 1940s, to
Yeah.
check? Wow.
So what would it be worth today? Did you look that up?
No, but I remember at the time.
Wow.
But the thing is, you have to realize back in that time, they were making like $30 a month.
Mhm.
So
Oh, yeah. That was a lot of money.
it was a lot of money back
It was
then.
a lot, yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, it was a lot.
She took all his earnings and gave them out to the street.
Yeah.
From
Yeah, she gave it all out to all the kids.
Every time I hear this story, I just think of her standing at the door and just going like candy at a parade.
But who finds money in someone's sock drawer? Says, let me go give this out to someone.
I
Who
know.
doesn't ask? You know,
I know.
like-
Well, I guess she used to go in and she used to like, she did all of their laundry and everything. So she'd go in and clean everything up. She probably just thought, what the heck is this doing in his drawer?
Oh, this must be
grabbed
from
it.
like multiple years ago when he was a kid.
Yeah,
like,
I
she's
don't know.
Just,
let me help him get rid of it.
yeah,
I
I
could-
must have missed this when
He's-
we were cleaning out his toys.
He told me this story. He must have told me 100 times or more. And each time he was still baffled that she never believed him.
Even on her deathbed, she's like, you lie.
Yeah, she's like, what are you talking about? No, it's fake. Oh, well, whatever.
Oh, well, such is life, right?
Yes. So here's another story here. My husband and I got married while he was getting his doctorate at Ohio State. We were dirt poor as he was a full-time student, and I was a new amputee still recovering from cancer. So he took advantage of all the free and discounted things that Ohio State offered students, one being their giant recreation center. One evening, I decided to work out on a machine in a busy area. I was wearing pants, and no one around me knew that I had a prosthetic leg. I went to swing my leg onto the machine, but as I did, my prosthetic leg hit the edge of the seat, and the button that releases my prosthetic from my leg was pushed. With the momentum swinging from my leg, my prosthetic went flying out from under my pants across the room.
Oh, no.
Well, where does it say? Where is clattered and bounced to a stop near two young guys doing abs on the floor. We all froze. Me standing there next to the machine with one leg, with a flapping pant leg, and the two other guys with open mouths and eyes wide open as they stared at my prosthetic behind them on the floor. Now I'm a pretty awkward person in general, but when it's a really awkward situation, I never know what to do. I looked at my leg onto the floor, looked at them, and said, "Oops," and hopped over across the room and grabbed my leg, and stepped into it. Never seen two guys get up and leave so fast in my life. I couldn't imagine.
I've just been thinking.
Did she go back?
It doesn't say anything else. That's where the story
I
stops.
just think you're pulling my leg. Break a leg.
I couldn't imagine.
I bet those guys still talk about it to this day.
Oh, 100%.
Hey, remember that time when that girl's leg like fell off in
Oh,
front
wait,
of us?
this was a girl?
Yeah.
It said her and her husband.
That makes
Lived
it even more.
Yeah, it was a girl. Yeah. Can you imagine how embarrassing that would be?
Could you pass me my leg? Just wondering.
See, I would have made
Oh.
a joke of it if it was me. But as a person being awkward, I could understand too.
Oh my word. So what's the lesson in this? Warn everyone everywhere you go. You're like, just so you know, a leg will come flying. I don't know. Like, just
I don't know. All right, here's another one. One night several years ago, I was looking out my front window and saw a young couple straight up running for their lives down the middle of the street. It wasn't a busy street, especially at night, and I couldn't see who it was or who was chasing them. I thought to myself, am I going to have to call the police about a murder chasing these kids? They suddenly stopped in front of my window, looked behind them, and then took off running again. That's when I saw a fat skunk running in the middle of the
Ooh.
road,
Oh no.
waddling after them. It was one of the
nice.
funniest things I'd ever seen.
Every time, every night I take the dogs out, I am so scared that when I round the corner before the light comes on for the motion sensor light, I'm so scared that a skunk is gonna be there when the light comes on every single night.
Yep.
Well,
Oh.
one night I was taking them out and a fox runs past me.
Mm.
So
Mm.
I'm just terrified that a skunk's going to be out there because they've never been sprayed.
That's something.
It's real wood.
But
Yes.
Okay.
what would you rather encounter in the wild? That's just getting me thinking. Like, what would you rather encounter? A skunk that's going to spray you and then you're going to stink? Or like, what's the one thing you're like, I would rather face this one thing than, no, this is the one thing I would rather never see in my life when I'm out there by myself. What would that be for you?
I have two,
What?
a moose or a bear.
See, that wouldn't bother me. I'd be like,
Moose are very territorial, and if you get too close to a moose, especially if her young are around,
I feel like
they'll
will
murder you.
Yeah.
Bethany's last words. Wow.
Wow, look at the moose.
That's what
Well-
she said. And she's out.
But for real, if you just like act big and they'll run away. A skunk, if you try to do anything like that, they're going to spray you.
Skunks are territorial too, though.
They are.
But a moose or a bear, they hear anything, they're gone.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sometimes. Sometimes. Whoever wrote the book about act big and everything, I think that guy was a sadist. I think he just wanted to see people
He probably
die.
got died. He probably died.
He probably died after writing the book.
Yeah,
It's
he
like,
probably did.
let me go prove
Because
this.
if bears come out of hibernation, doesn't matter.
Mm.
They haven't eaten for
Well,
ever.
they've been out for a while now.
We're not talking about right now, Bethany. We're talking about anytime.
Anytime. So what's yours? A skunk?
No, hers is a mouse.
No, because I didn't freak out. I just said, Alex, there's a mouse. Come get the shovel. Like, I just watched it so that I would know where it went.
Okay.
I honestly think a skunk is the thing that I'd rather not see outside.
Oh my
Same.
word!
Because
Well, like if it's a moose or a bear, like you'll see them and you can just retreat.
yes.
Whereas like skunks are smaller and they might like sneak up on you and then you're in their area and then it's too late and
or like
but
then you stink
Look-
for like a month.
yeah.
But if
and then
that's
you
the
have
worst-
to like
but if that's
wash
the
the
worst-
dogs forever.
But if that's the worst thing that could happen with a skunk and you just smell bad,
I think we have to look at that situation. What's the worst thing that animal can do to you? Because I'll see Alex's point in that a moose or a bear, the worst thing they can do to you is the moose will impale you, the bear will eat you, and the skunk will spray you. So you have to think, which of these will attack me and I'll still get to go home and see my loved ones? Granted, from outside a screen door, being sprayed and rubbed down with tomatoes and all this other stuff.
does that even work? Tomato
No, I
juice?
don't think it does.
I think they sell de-skunk for like dogs and stuff. I think you'd have to use that.
Ooh.
Probably.
Do you see like skunks or moose or anything at your house?
We have deer occasionally and I've seen a fox and we have a little rabbit that
Aw.
comes around. I named her Georgia. I don't know if it's a boy or a girl, but it's Georgia. And I saw a skunk this spring and we were gonna go and try and like scare it, but then we got
Why
scared.
would you want to scare it?
Because we didn't want it on the lawn.
Oh, okay.
Well, you'd think
So-
we were crazy because at her parents' house, we went through a couple years of skunk wars
Yeah.
because there were skunks underneath her
Living
parents'
under their garage.
No
Oh, no.
way.
Yeah.
Like a lot of them.
And
Did
so
they spray like every so often?
No.
they sprayed underneath the garage.
Oh, did they?
Ooh.
Yeah, but like I had to go over and help him,
Yeah.
and like we got one in a live trap, and so Alan and I went from both sides with blankets,
Yes.
and then just slowly laid it on top,
Yeah.
took it out to the woods, and then just let it go.
Or you let it go, or you let it go.
No, we let it go.
You let it go.
Yeah.
we let it go.
Like way, like
Trust
they took
me,
it way
if
out.
Yeah.
I'd let you know,
Okay. Okay. They let it go.
just like that mouse.
Yes. You let.
Well,
you
that
let
was
it go.
a sick mouse. That was a sick mouse.
But Valerie didn't really tell us the one thing that she would rather not
Yeah.
see.
Well,
I
she
think
she
a
agreed
skunk.
with me with
Yeah.
the skunk.
Oh, you too?
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
I mean, like you're gonna see a big moose or you're gonna smell a bear before you get to it. So
You're gonna
just-
smell a bear?
Smell a bear.
What do
I
bears
never heard
smell
of
like?
that. Do
They
tell.
stink. They smell really bad.
Really?
That's what I hear. I've never actually smelled one.
All the bears out there, like, are you sure?
That's what people tell me, though. They say bears are really stinky.
Well, you learn something new every day.
I have
Now you know.
lived in Maine my entire life, and I have seen one bear, and that was only like 3 years ago.
A black bear?
Yeah, it was
I think that's
like
all we have.
it was maybe that's all we have. Is
Are you
black
sure?
bear. Yeah.
We don't have brown bears here?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No.
that bear probably fooled me. Anyways, proceed.
And it was probably like a year-old bear because it wasn't huge, but it wasn't like
Yeah.
a little tiny cute baby.
Huh. Well, I've seen more bears than you then. That's amazing.
How many have you seen?
I think two.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
We had a moose living on our road the beginning of spring.
Really?
Yeah.
Like a mama moose or?
I
think
think
it
it
was
was
a
a
baby.
yearling.
Oh, wow. Huh.
It was pretty
Well.
cool to see.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
would drive by every night just to watch it wander around at the end of the road. And then
Mm.
the last few times I've driven by, I haven't seen it. So
Well, there is that.
I think it moved on.
That's interesting.
Ugh.
Animals, they're the best.
But I check fields
yeah.
wherever I drive. If I'm driving, I'm checking fields. If
Yes.
someone else is driving, I'm checking fields.
You should have cameras out there.
It's just the way, like, it doesn't matter where I'm driving. I went hunting with my dad my whole life. So it's just what I'm used to is checking fields.
Well, good. Interesting.
All right. Let's move on to this next one. So I'm at this family gathering, one of those extended family plus friends plus a few random neighbors that just wandered in kind of thing. Potluck food, paper plates, kids running around on high sugar and lies. I'm catching up with people doing rounds when I see this woman from across the room who looks really familiar. I think her name's Stephanie or Sandra. We've met like once at a wedding like 5 years ago. But I remember, and most importantly, I recognize she has a baby bump. Now, in my defense, she was holding her hand on her stomach in that very pregnancy announcement pose, wearing one of those flowery
No.
flower dresses. She was glowing. She had that I haven't had wine in 9 months sparkle. So I walked up to her all warm and friendly and go, "Oh my gosh, congratulations." She smiles and
No.
says, "On what?"
Oh,
Already in the floor
no.
beneath me starts to tremble, but I commit and I go all in. The little one. And I winked full on like a Hallmark movie. Her smile disappears and she says, "I'm not pregnant." My soul left my body and the room started spinning. I tried to reverse time in my head like I was Doctor Strange. And I panicked and blurted out, "I meant congratulations on the pasta salad. It's amazing. Did you bring it?" And she didn't. She just stared at me with the expression of someone who had like filed a lawsuit and was like about to throw something at me.
Oh.
And I mumbled something about needing to check the dog. I didn't have a dog, and I awkwardly backed away. For the rest of the party, I avoided that side of the room and was under like a quarantine. And of course, word got around because nothing travels faster than a family gathering. And then this sentence, "Melissa just asked Sandra if she was pregnant, and she's not." To this day, my cousins all still text me pictures of people holding bread and saying, "Hey, Melissa, should we congratulate this one too?" So yeah, moral of the story, never assume. Can you imagine?
No, I never ask. I can assume, and I can ask someone else, but I'm not gonna ask them unless.
I don't
I mean,
know.
as a man, I would never do that.
No,
I'm
No.
weird. I do
No.
ask. I do.
No.
Yeah, but I do my research up here. I first study the person and everything.
Has this happened to
mannerisms
you?
and- no, not this. Fortunately, the few people I've congratulated were actually pregnant.
That's
So-
good.
Now, did you know
lucky.
prior to seeing them in person?
Knowing them, no, but knowing about them, because when you're like at a gathering and you see people talk, and once in a while you see people come up to her, they're like, "Oh, I brought this. When is the shower?" I'm like, "Aha!" But before I go, they might be talking about like a bridal shower. So it's just things you have to quickly research before, like, congratulations.
Yeah, I would.
Is it a boy or a girl?
See,
But,
I would
yeah,
wait until somebody said it first.
yeah, you're wise.
And then they'd be like, yeah. I'm like, oh, hey. And then I would do it. But I wouldn't do it prior because knowing
Yeah, you're down.
myself, I would get in so much trouble.
That would be fun, though. That would be a good story to tell.
Would it?
For the rest
For
of
everybody
us.
else, not for me. I don't think I'd have very much fun with that.
But ladies, tell me, if someone ever came to you and said something like that, what would go through your mind? Because from the guy's point of view, we really speak and we don't think a lot. No offense to you, but I know we don't. We sometimes say things and walk. What would go through your mind if a guy came to you and just, this was a girl, right?
Yeah.
It was a girl who said this.
Yes.
So girls do mess up too. So what would you do if a guy came up to you and said, "Congratulations on the baby"?
I'd be like, I don't even have a uterus.
All right. She's going a little too in depth.
Hey, if they're gonna be blunt, I'm gonna be blunt too.
Oh,
You've skipped to the end. Valerie, what would you say?
I don't know. I'd probably just be like, nope, you're wrong.
But
Like,
would you like really be so offended?
I don't think I'd be offended.
No?
No.
Good to know.
Hmm?
See, that gives me hope to keep doing what I'm doing.
Maybe not.
Yeah, probably you shouldn't.
No.
Oh,
What's the
Lord.
worst thing that could happen?
You
A
get
black eye.
punched.
It wouldn't show.
Jeepers. You savage.
I am horrible.
Oh, my word. All right. So next I have an old news article. This one is from, it's called the Bryan Times back in 1911. So it's called The Lawyer Smashes a Will. After living in expectancy for 5 years, heirs of Hodson Burton are doomed to disappointment by the awkwardness of a lawyer. Before his death over 5 years ago, Burton took the novel method of telling where his wealth was hidden by talking into a phonograph and having the record stashed away in his will in the lawyer's safe, where it was to remain for 5 years. The will told the heirs that he had planted his fortune and that it was his own voice that would be telling him the exact location.
Mm.
His wealth was compiled with, and recently the heirs met to hear what the phonograph had to say. When they were all gathered in the parlor, you can tell this is old, the arrival of the lawyer with the record was announced. He entered the house and unwrapped the precious article in the kitchen. As he stepped through the door into the room where the heirs were, he tripped over the footstool, fell, and broke the record into so many pieces that they could not get it back together.
So his wealth is somewhere.
His wealth is somewhere that no one knows.
No one knows.
Only him.
Oh no.
Oh, there goes the money.
Can you imagine
No.
stashing your wealth away and being like, I can't wait for them to hear where this is on this phonograph?
Oh no.
And then the lawyer trips and smashes it. If I was the lawyer, I would just walk out.
Yeah, you just don't say anything. Just
No,
get
I would
up.
just get up and be like,
and walk.
yeah, that's it.
Oh.
I would leave. That would be it.
Or maybe that was the whole plan. Maybe he didn't have any money and he told the lawyer.
Maybe he told
Do
the
that.
lawyer where the money was.
Oh.
Maybe the lawyer was sitting there and was like, "Oh, that's a lot of money,"
Oh, that's
and
smart.
then he broke it by accident,
Yes.
and he knew where it was,
And
took
then
the
he
money.
just
and
took
then
it.
he took it, which could be very true.
Which could be. Which could be, because you can't tell me this guy wouldn't make a record. I mean, at least a copy of this somewhere or something. So,
Well, he could have listened to that phonograph right before
Yeah.
he went there and broke it on
like,
purpose.
ooh, I know where the money is. Huh. You should be a detective.
Hmm.
Detective Alex
No,
Cronin.
you know who would be a good one?
Yeah.
I don't know if she'd be very good, but she's very nosy and would love to be. Is
I
her.
can find out anything.
Huh. Guys, some point we need to all come together and play a game of Clue. You know the one?
Mm,
Yeah. Who done it? Something like that.
she would
That's
love
so
it.
fun at youth group when we
Okay.
play that.
Yes. Huh. So the lawyer took the money.
I think the lawyer took it.
That's what we're gonna say. The lawyer took the money.
I think I think it would be
That's-
very.
That's an interesting way to leave money in your will. Like, I don't know. I've heard of creative ways. People do videos. People leave voice recordings now. People write letters and stuff, but I'd never heard of anyone doing that.
I think it must have happened when the phonograph was like brand new or
Yeah.
something, because
Yeah.
I've never really heard of that.
Huh.
But it probably happened. I mean,
Wow.
obviously it must have.
Well, I've never had a rich uncle leave me any money. But if they did and left it in a phonograph and it was broken by a lawyer, let's just say I would not be the happiest person around, you know? Huh.
You could go on a
Losses.
treasure hunt.
Ooh.
Where'd you go?
I don't know,
That's
but
the
you have to like investigate for clues.
Where would he have been
Like-
when he recorded this?
Search the house and like
Yeah.
any kind of little clue.
Dig holes all over the land. It's just, how do you do it? It's just one of those things.
I think it would be challenging because, especially back in that time, there was a lot. People owned large amounts of land,
Yeah, yeah.
so it could literally be anywhere,
It could.
or it could be on somebody else's property. It could be in a different state.
You would not know where to start.
It could be in a bank.
Yeah.
No,
Although
he
no,
hid it.
because
he hid the money.
Yeah,
somewhere.
and if it's a bank, they're gonna
Oh.
call next of kin, wouldn't they?
Most banks would just keep the money anyways.
Well, back then, I don't think so.
Yeah, different ways.
I don't know. I don't know what they.
But the point being, money went. And that's a true story, right?
True story. Yep.
Yep. So the money's somewhere. Well, good. Go searching. Go searching, friends. And if you find the money, you know where to find us. We're your friends for life. Wow.
All right, so let's move on to the would you rather section. I like these would you rather questions because it kind of brings up some things. What are you making noises over there?
I'm
She's
not.
excited
I'm
for
like,
Would
I'm
You Rather.
I'm ready.
She's like,
I'm ready.
Let's do it.
all right, let's do a couple easy ones and then we'll do some harder ones. All right. Okay. Would you rather never eat chocolate again or never eat cheese again?
Chocolate.
You were so quick on that.
I'm not a huge chocolate fan.
I love chocolate. And I also love cheese.
But chocolate has health benefits and cheese has none. Give me one
Probably has
health benefit
calcium.
of cheese.
It's got calcium.
Yeah.
Cheese?
Yeah.
But chocolate would have
It probably
so
has
many.
other vitamins too, because milk has vitamins and
Yeah.
cheese
Is there
comes
milk
from
in chocolate?
It depends on what kind of chocolate.
Milk chocolate. You said so, right?
Yeah, sure.
I would go chocolate all the way. Dude, there's even songs. Wouldn't it be nice if the world was chocolate?
I don't
Never a
think
song
that-
about cheese. Hmm?
I don't think that's the song.
Nah, it's not. Just made it up. But just saying.
She seriously thought for a second.
No, I
"Is that a
didn't."
good lyric?"
No.
That's how it goes, right?
I'm
I
just
would
kidding.
choose chocolate. Alex, what would you go for?
He doesn't even eat cheese.
I would just never eat cheese again. I wouldn't
He
care.
only eats cheese on
Easy
pizza
choice.
Yeah, just on pizza. I don't
And,
sit
like-
there and eat cheese.
and like lasagna or something. Like he'll put Parmesan cheese on like his spaghetti and stuff, but
Hmm.
he doesn't like last night.
I didn't
no.
eat anything. last
Yesterday
night.
afternoon, I just made a grilled cheese for lunch.
Oh,
So,
Ugh.
well.
well, my mom made sourdough and gave us a loaf, so it's so good with grilled cheese.
And a little chocolate on top.
No,
And that's just hoping.
All right, this is an interesting one. Would you rather ride a kangaroo or a giant turtle to work every day?
Turtle.
kangaroo.
Wow.
Kangaroos are mean. They'll like punch
They didn't
you.
agree
They're my
for the
favorite
first time.
animal.
What?
Snapping turtles.
No.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that.
No, you don't want to deal with the snapping turtle.
No. Lose
If you're on their
extremities.
back, though, the snapping turtle can't get you.
Imagine if it was a giant kangaroo.
Its neck can go backward. It can't snap downwards. That's why they hold it like a cradle method. You always hold it from down.
Oh,
Yeah, you always hold it from down because it can't snap downwards, but backwards the neck can come out and snap.
Imagine if it was a giant kangaroo and you just wrote in its pouch.
All right, let's move on.
That'd be so fun.
It's just I just pictured
You're just like in there, like hanging on. Like,
just sitting on the
the
street
heck
and
is
see a
wrong with you?
kangaroo go by and Bethany there just, hi guys, just
You're so ridiculous. Okay.
they're my favorite animal.
we can tell.
I know
They're
her
so
her face
cute.
lights up when you talk about kangaroos and riding in kangaroos' pouches and
It sounds fun.
oh,
But
boy.
your option would make you very late for work.
Yeah, for
you
real.
just would have to plan ahead.
So live the
Just
night
live
before.
at work.
Leave the night before.
You get home from work.
Or
See
you
ya,
could,
Derek.
like, ride the turtle down the river, and then that would get me pretty close to work.
that's
There's a
pretty
river by my
Oh.
house.
that's pretty smart.
Goes right downtown. So
Okay.
Hey, to each their own.
All right. Would you rather swap voices with one of your parents, or with one of your siblings for the day? Just one day.
Ooh.
I don't want to sound like my brother, so I'd choose my mom.
Wow. Oh, that's a hard one.
I would just swap voices with my dad because we have the same voice, so
You
it
do. You do have very similar voices.
wouldn't really make a difference.
I don't know.
Ooh.
Becca and my mom sound very, very similar.
For me, it's weird because my dad died, my brother died. It's just my mother and my sister. So I know I just made that very dark right now. That I'm losing either way.
Yeah, I was gonna say it is kind of dark.
Just imagine I walk in and I'm talking like my mom. All of a sudden, huh? What is this that we are talking about today? Huh? I'm like, no. Or my sister, who knows everything. Yes, Fiona, I'm talking to you. She's all like, oh yeah, I'm right every time. Ha ha ha, I'm Fiona. Hoo-hoo. I wouldn't do that. I don't know. That's a hard option for me. I would choose my mom.
Yeah.
I would
I'd
choose my mom.
probably choose my mom or dad.
Cool.
Ah,
All right.
you
Oh,
took
this
two options.
this one's a good
I
one.
said or.
Would you rather live in a treehouse or an underground bunker?
Treehouse.
Underground.
Treehouse.
Underground.
Underground.
Yeah.
Why?
Safety.
Yeah,
For me.
because you only had one entrance and then you
Mhm.
had a secret exit.
Mhm.
You can, if something went down,
Yeah.
you could always just protect that one.
Mhm.
If you're in a treehouse, they just blow up your tree and you're
You're
done.
done.
But you didn't say this was like in war.
Yeah,
I
why
know.
are
You
people
just said-
attacking
No, no, no.
you?
Yeah.
He was going to add
Just
that.
like in
it's at the end.
general.
Yeah,
It's at the end of the question. He didn't finish it. We didn't let
in
him
war.
finish. In war. Ah,
In war.
yeah.
A bunker.
Underground.
It's war. If it's just for fun, though, a treehouse.
Yeah.
I think even if it was just for fun, I'd still choose
Yeah.
bunker.
I
They
would
are
feel
amazing.
very claustrophobic
Why?
in a bunker.
Do you feel claustrophobic in our house?
No, but I'm not underground and I have light coming in.
You can put artificial light in.
True story.
I can't see outside.
You could put cameras on the outside.
And you have
Mm.
screens.
Mm.
She has been convinced.
Yeah.
No.
I can tell.
All right, let's do another one. Would you rather live in a cartoon or a video game?
Cartoon.
Yeah, I would choose the cartoon
It
too.
depends on the video game or the cartoon.
I'd choose video game.
Like, if it's a war video game, I don't want to get blown up.
Well,
What about Sonic the Hedgehog?
Seen that or played it.
Excuse me?
well, you poor soul.
She's got to
You've been
come
living
over.
in the underground bunker.
Oh, my
I grew
word.
up on Mario, not.
Okay, so
Sonic.
would you want to do Mario? But the sun tries to kill you in Mario.
Everything
That's
tries to
true.
kill you. Some guys jumping on your head, winning coins from you. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Probably a cartoon.
Yeah.
I would choose a cartoon because it's already written out. The story is already written out, right?
Right.
But video game, you are being
in
played and
charge.
controlled by someone else.
Yeah.
You're the
Mm.
character
good
being
point.
controlled. So cartoons are like you jump off a cliff, you fall, you never die, you back up. You're the star of your show. I'm choosing cartoon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do one more. Would you rather have theme music follow you or sound effects for everything you do?
Sound effects.
Theme music.
Hey, music. No question. Yeah, that's like so cool.
I feel like I'm singing all the time wherever I go anyway, or at least have a song like in my head. So it's like
Who's
my
that
own.
movie character that sings everywhere she goes?
Like
Is it Mary Poppins?
Oh,
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Oh my word.
Yes. It's supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. It's that one right there. She
Yep.
just
Yeah.
I feel like I already have theme music because I'm
All
always
up in your noggin.
humming or thinking of a song or whatever.
theme music. What would you choose?
I think sound effects.
Like,
So-
what kind of sound effects are you guys talking about?
Yes.
Literally, it says
Like-
sound effects for everything you do.
So, like,
If you're walking,
like, like those little.
why would your sound effect be boop, boop, boop? if you're walking?
I'm thinking of the little shoes that toddlers
Yeah.
wear.
You didn't say
That
which kind of
squeak.
sound effects.
That
so-
squeak when they walk. I saw a little kid with a pair of those on like last week or something. It was so cute.
Imagine
just-
you're drinking water. No, dude, that would just be
It's so annoying.
That'd be awesome.
the whole
Oh, it'd be amazing. What are you talking about?
You go to bed and Z's are flying from your head.
Well,
I'm
there's no
taking
sound
this
to
one.
that.
There isn't, but you can have sounds. Anyways, moving on. What sound effects are you thinking?
Like anything. I mean, I'm like, when I'm at home, I'm making all kinds of sound effects myself anyways, so.
Are you one of those people that talks to yourself?
Yep. Yeah.
You know, we are the smartest of any kind on the earth. The more you talk to yourself, the smarter you are.
Your
Well, I
dad
had-
is very smart.
My dad's a genius.
He is a genius.
I had to have someone to talk to when my husband was at the academy for 6 months, so talk
So,
to myself.
so who wrote that research? That the smartest people don't. I feel like it was a guy who talks to himself.
Probably Richard.
Those who are the smartest people.
I talk to myself. I'm not full conversations, but you know.
I like narrate what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I talk to
Wow.
myself a little bit, but it's like, where did I put that? Or like just different things like that. Like I'm thinking
Weirdo.
out loud, like little things like
If I walk into a house before someone knows and they're carrying out like a full blown conversation, I'm turning around and heading out. They're already a genius, as we've been told, but
Exactly. I had somebody that I knew, and periodically I would hear like him talking to himself, but it would be like legitimate conversations back and forth with himself. Like,
wow.
what am I going to do today? I don't know what I'm doing. You know, yeah, I could do that today. No, I got this going on. I think I'm going to do this. Yeah, I'm going to do this today. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, I'm out.
And I'm sitting there like, all right, man. Okay. I guess me talking to myself for 2 seconds in the car is not too bad.
He made you look good.
Yeah.
No.
All right, let's do some dad jokes now.
Oh my word.
I love
Oh.
dad jokes. I don't get dad jokes, but I like them nonetheless.
How many are we doing today?
However many you guys want to do. Let's do
Valerie, tell us today.
yeah.
5.
5.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay. You get 5. I hope they're 5. I've been giving out.
Now, I didn't really talk about it
we're
before,
not doing
but
that one.
yeah, there's
Okay.
some of them that you'll read that
Right
might
on.
not be ones that we should read. So
Yeah. I don't know how many those are.
We've already done that one.
Oh, did you put them back in after
No.
we did them? Oh.
no, some of them that I did, I might have put them in a couple of times.
Yeah. I think I probably have 2 here. No. This one.
I need another.
Okay, this is going great. Okay.
There's those two.
You don't want those?
Oh,
I don't
think
know, I
you
haven't
guys
looked
have
at 'em
done
yet.
This one.
Oh, You've done this one?
I think you guys have.
Okay, so there.
It's the Dawn is tough on grease one.
Oh,
It's the best one.
oh, that's the best one. You could have done it 500 times.
Okay. 3. Okay. I got 5.
I have 6.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Who would like to go first?
I don't know. I'm still looking through. So whoever is ready. Bethany looks like she's
Okay.
ready.
Okay, go ahead.
Why are piggy banks so wise?
I don't know.
They're filled with common sense.
Okay.
Oh, like sense.
Yeah.
Sense.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you didn't get that?
I did not.
Wow.
Oh, there's a first time for everything.
You're
I
wrapping
got
off on
that.
me.
I got it first thing.
Yeah, I know. My brain.
All right, Valerie.
Never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them.
What?
I don't get it.
I don't either.
So, all right.
No. Read it again first, and then Alex will explain.
Okay. Never date a tennis player. Love means nothing to them.
Okay. Do you know what it means, right?
I know.
Okay. In tennis, love means a score of 0.
Oh,
Oh.
that's
So
weird.
that's
Love
why
means nothing
love
to-
means nothing 'cause it's
Yeah.
0.
Oh, okay.
It's actually really good.
Yeah, it was actually excellent. That was really pathetic.
Okay.
Girls, you feel
Sorry.
that one?
I've
Oh,
never,
dad jokes.
Yeah.
I've never played
we
tennis.
already figured this out. That we're the only ones that can understand.
You don't half the time.
I do. It just takes me a while.
Did you know your pupils are the last part to stop working when you die?
Hmm.
They dilate.
Oh, that was
Oh
a good
my
one.
word.
They dilate?
I don't play soccer because I enjoy the sport. I'm just doing it for kicks.
Oh, See, that one is a good one.
Yeah, it's a good
Just
one.
did it for kicks.
How does a taco say grace?
Oh,
Let us pray.
Oh my goodness. That's a good one.
What does a baby computer call his father?
I don't know.
what?
Data.
Okay, that was good.
That was really
That
good.
was a good one. We should put that up there as well.
Yeah, this.
Don't trust atoms. They make up everything.
Oh my word.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, you guys, this is good. This is good.
I wouldn't buy anything with Velcro. It's a total ripoff.
Rip off Velcro. Okay.
Wasn't very good.
Why
After laughing, like, not so good.
why'd the alternate universe Spider-Man do so well on his driving test?
Hmm.
He's an excellent parallel parker.
Okay. Did you get that one?
I did. It landed.
It landed,
Not
but
because of you, but
it didn't land very hard, though.
Someone at home will be like, "Oh, I got that."
Yeah.
We apologize for not laughing.
What do you call a French man wearing sandals?
French man. No.
I'm not sure.
Felipe Flop.
I just got it.
You already
Philippe
laughing.
Well, I thought Felipe. No.
You already laughing.
I know. I thought it was funny, and then I was like, "Oh, I actually get it now."
This one might be horrible, but I'm just gonna go for it.
Oh, do it.
Why was 2019 afraid of 2020? Because they had a fight in 2021. 2021, like the next year.
Oh,
But
that-
2021, I knew it was going to flop. I knew it.
yeah, that was pretty bad.
It was like a Felipe flop.
Why do bees have sticky hair?
Why?
Because they use a honeycomb.
See, you're getting good ones. I'm getting 2021s.
I'm sorry.
I forgive you.
When does a joke become a dad joke? Maybe we already had
when
this
it
one.
becomes apparent.
Yes. I feel like we had that one.
Oh,
Okay,
But-
well,
good one.
You could
good
do another
memory.
one. That was a
Yes.
Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself?
It was too tired.
Yes.
Valerie.
Wow.
No. You get to do another. Let's see if
Holy
Valerie
cow.
can get all this.
What do you call a hot dog on wheels?
I don't know that one.
Fast food.
Oh.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.
My friend was showing me his tool shed and pointed to a ladder. That's my step ladder, he said. I never knew my real ladder.
Okay, she's gotten really good ones. That's not even fair.
That was a good one.
I'm really struggling because these ones are. I'm trying to get at least just one good one today. Go for this one. To whoever stole my copy of Microsoft Office, I will find you. You have my word.
That wasn't bad.
That wasn't so bad.
That's better than the 2021 though. Dad, can you put the cat out? I didn't know it was on fire.
I don't get
Put
that
him
one.
out.
Can
Like,
you
wanted
put the cat
taken
out?
outside the
I
house?
didn't know it was
Yeah.
on fire.
Oh my.
Like, put him out if he's on fire. Put him out. That's what he. No. Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't very funny. My wife said I should do lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward.
Yep. Nice.
I only seem to get sick on weekdays. I must have a weekend immune system.
Oh, that's a good one.
Nice.
Guys,
Weekend.
I'm going to read this and it's not going to be good, but because we probably read this one, but let me go for it. What's Forrest Gump's password? One, Forrest, one.
That was excellent. What kind of car does an egg drive? Anybody know?
What?
A Volkswagen.
Oh, goodness.
You got the last one.
What did baby corn say to mama corn?
What?
I'm not sure.
Where's popcorn?
Oh, that was good. You got the best one.
You
Yeah,
did.
you did.
You did. They all
Yours
landed
was.
right where you were.
That was excellent.
Oh, my goodness.
Some of those were.
Mainly, I think all the ones I got, mine were the worst today.
You really had a hard time.
Mine were
Yeah.
the worst today. I have to admit,
Yeah.
hands down, and broken leg and extended and thrown away to other people. But that was not good. Oh my goodness.
You want to do a few of those? Who's most likely
Bethany's
to?
cards?
Yeah,
Yes.
Bethany's
oh my
cards. Yeah.
word.
Yes. How
Hey,
many
we
should
have an
I do?
extra
Now we have
person.
an extra person, so
4 or 5 doesn't
4 or
matter.
5 doesn't matter. I'll go with the first one here. Who is obsessed with beards?
That's weird.
Why?
I
Why is that weird?
yeah,
It's a valid question.
yeah.
Well,
Who is obsessed with
you
Are you
got one.
obsessed with your beard?
Well, I have a nice beard.
We'll let you
I
keep
don't.
that
I
one.
don't know if I'm obsessed with it, but I guess I'll own it.
When you're sleeping, do you go like this?
No, I used
Who-
to put beard oil in.
Makes it nice and soft.
Okay, this is creepy, but who volunteers to ride in the trunk of the car?
What in the world?
Bethany, come on.
Why would I volunteer?
You know,
Let's do a different
this is
one.
probably
Yeah,
for
let's-
smuggling purposes.
This is different. No cartels allowed in this. Like, why would, who puts that in there? I volunteer too. No. Okay, no, moving on. Who waits in 3-hour lines for new iPhone? For a new iPhone?
No,
Who
not
would
me.
wait? Oh, come on, guys. Someone's got to take this one.
I have an iPhone 11. I haven't
Ah,
I have an old one.
the person with the newest iPhone is going to take this one. Now we know.
That's her.
But I didn't wait in line for
It
it.
doesn't matter.
We had to alter it from sitting in the trunk of it. Okay. Refers to themselves in the third person.
I do.
Creepy.
Yeah, I don't.
No one does that?
Mm-mm.
No.
Well,
Weird.
that card is not helping us. But if you have a friend who refers to themselves in the third person, let them know we have a card for them. Who still believes in Santa?
Gil, come on.
Wait, you mean this guy doesn't exist? I was lied to. This is the whole reason I came to America. I was told this guy gives gifts to everyone. I met you a house on the chimney. Well,
That's yours, right?
why? I don't. I'm keeping this one. I'm keeping this one.
Okay, all
I'm
right.
keeping this one. Okay, one more here. Who needs to play just one song at every party?
None of these are very good.
None of these.
None of these
You
are
hand
very
hand
good.
me these and
yeah.
I'll read it.
Here, you do.
You're
your
having a
thing.
hard time today.
I am really struggling. Santa,
I'm going to choose
trunks
from
of vehicles. Oh my word.
2021.
2020.
All right. Who's most likely to give people terrible nicknames? Is that you?
I would not. I just do. Oh, here we go.
That's
the way
you.
The way you're laughing.
That's
No.
you.
I do. I'm not as bad as some people, but I do give nicknames when I can't remember people's names.
That guy.
Who is most likely to always be right?
It has to be on that side of the table, right?
Yes.
Okay. That's why we're waiting quietly on this side.
Valerie? One of you has to own it.
Between you and Derek, who wins arguments?
I do.
Okay, let's
Oh,
let's
Valerie.
There you go.
All right. Oh my, these are really rough.
Yeah, they're rough, aren't they?
Well, this one's not even fair. Who's most likely to always fall asleep on the couch?
Alex,
Man, you're like piling up all the cards today.
every single night. I don't even think he came to bed last night until like
1 o'clock in the morning.
1. Yeah.
I fell asleep and I woke up. I was, what time is it? Who's most likely to actually read instructions?
Well, not me because I went to put the girls' vanity together for Christmas and I was doing it Christmas Eve. And I used an impact drill because I thought it would be faster than the Allen wrench.
Oh, give her that one. Just for the sake of throwing it at her.
And
No, she didn't read
I
instructions.
didn't read.
No, she doesn't read instructions ever.
I mean, I do.
Valerie, do you read
sometimes.
instructions?
I read like half of them and then I like
I got this.
it. Yeah. Pretty much.
But I thought it would work better. He's like, you can't use an impact wrench because now it's like, not impact wrench, an impact drill because you've just stripped the holes. So he had to like use pliers and get it out.
There
And I'm
was-
sitting there bawling my head off thinking I
Oh.
ruined the girl's big Christmas gift.
See, I attempted to use instructions one time when we first were married,
hmm
and
The thing was put together so wrong.
it was really bad, and I got really frustrated,
Yeah.
so I just broke it all.
We could have returned it
Oh.
because it like didn't come correctly.
It was made of like the
It was an end table. It was like the plywood
like-
stuff.
yeah, it was
Oh, okay.
it was really, really horrible.
Yeah.
Like if you screwed wrongly, they would just break apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, it crumbled.
So
I know what. You're
So he
talking
just
about.
snapped
I
it
just
in
snapped it.
half.
I had it half together, and it didn't look right, and I was like, no,
Done.
smash.
Same.
All right, one more.
Okay. I have a story that I was going to share because of instructions.
Oh,
but
go ahead.
I'll wait.
Go ahead.
No. You want me to share
Yeah,
it?
go ahead. Yeah.
So my wife was in Uganda. We celebrate International Women's Day, and I think it's a worldwide thing. It was an American holiday started, but mainly celebrated all across. So in Uganda, we decided to. I had a friend from the U.S. who had visited, and we decided to surprise her on Women's Day. So I got up in the morning. I told her, "Don't get out of bed. Don't get out of this room. Stay in here. I'm gonna surprise you." So I went to bake a cake. what you do not know is I'd never baked a cake in my life. Like I didn't know how to bake. I didn't know how to use an oven. I'd never done anything. So I went and looked for a cookbook and got it, opened it, random page for baking. And I found this page on cakes. And I just opened and I said, the first cake I land on, that's what I'm making. So this was like a lemon frosted, I don't know what, vanilla, this and that. It was a very complicated cake made by people who were veterans at baking. And I decided to do it. So I looked at all the instructions. Every so often I would run back and ask her, what's a cooking sheet? What's this? She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, surprise coming. Close the door, go back. So then I got to this part where she was tired because the instructions said the whole process is an hour and a half. But I started about 7 in the morning. It was like 11 now. And I was still finding ingredients. So she walks into the kitchen. She's like, what is taking so long? And I'm like, I'm trying to, surprise you by baking a cake. She's like, if you're baking, why are you boiling those eggs? I said, because it calls for them. And she's like, what cake are you making? So anyway, so she gets to the instructions and opens. And I am at that part where it says to put white, the white of the egg.
Yes.
Egg whites.
And I'm just looking at them and thinking, in my mind, never baked before. I'm from Africa. The only way that those things become white
Is if you boil
is
them.
if you boil them. So my plan was I was going to boil them and take out the yolk and put the egg white in there and mix it.
So lucky she came out because that would be so gross.
She has never let me forget that. I'm just saying, instructions are important, but sometimes when you read them, that doesn't help. So we almost had a boiled egg.
That's disgusting.
Lemon frosted
That
cake.
sounds
It would have
horrible.
been the best. I'm just saying. So
Gross.
I couldn't
Hey.
imagine.
egg white.
I would have thrown up.
Just-
Yeah, you just crack it and
But
go
what do they-
back and forth.
I never figured the whole egg whites thing. It's so see-through. So the only way to make it white is to boil it. Makes sense to me.
Logically.
Logically, right?
Yeah.
And I read instructions.
Yeah. Obviously, we read them so good.
I was on point. On point. They didn't say boil them, but I said, let me help these guys. I could have added that in there with pen, but anyways.
See,
so
and
here we
then
are.
when you buy stuff online and you get some instructions, some of it is so vague.
Yeah.
You cannot tell. It says, okay, there's like 4 steps. Step 1 is all the parts. Step 2 is half of it together.
Yeah.
Well, how is it supposed to get together
From that point to
from
there.
that point? All right, one more. See, I was thinking about doing these two because I think of you for one of them.
Let's go.
And it might be kind of mean. I'll do the first one first. Who is most likely to be completely shocked by every fact that somebody tells them?
Why? All 3 of you are looking at me.
We don't know why we would be
Why?
looking at you.
There's no reason why.
Yeah.
All 3 of you looked at me.
Research states that anyone who uses a pink microphone will be shocked by many facts.
Are you surprised?
It's not real.
Okay.
Oh,
then
my
this
word.
one, I thought of you.
Okay, let's see. Valerie will win it though.
Who? I doubt it. Who's most likely to network at a funeral?
Network?
That's been
Say they're an influencer?
no. Connect with everyone.
Oh, that 100% is you, but yeah, it's kind of your job.
You know what? The next funeral, I'm just gonna be quiet.
It's true. It's
Shocked
true.
to no
People
one.
be like, why is Gil not talking?
He's winning the bet.
I'm just so upset. I'm so upset.
I'm not networking today.
It's literally his job.
That's
Go
why I
talk
thought
to the
of it.
family. Mm-mm. Alex made fun of me.
I can't talk to you.
I'm not doing this.
Well, it's the first person I thought of.
Networking is very important. Like one of the coolest things I love is being there and encouraging people in their hardest times. And that's why 2020 was hard. 2020 people could not do that. We are very relational creatures. So that was amazing. So I'll gladly take this. I'll gladly take this. So I was about to say, feel free to invite me to your funeral, but that's not
That
going to
sounds
come off
horrible.
well. No, let's not do that. Thank you. I'll take the card.
Okay. All right. Well, this has been a great episode. Thank you guys for coming. Thank you, Valerie, for joining us today.
Woo.
And we look forward to seeing what happens next week. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with us. If something we shared reminded you of a funny or hilarious moment, we'd love to hear about it. Head over to our website, humorinthehousehold.com, to submit your funny story. And if this podcast brought you a laugh or made you feel a little less alone in the madness, please consider subscribing, leaving a review, or sharing with a friend. Thanks again for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you next time.